Hello everyone, going to be taking a look at another Final Fantasy Record Keeper 5-star Magicite battle. Today, Typhon. And before we begin, just want to say I hate this boss battle for reasons that I will explain during the actual fight. Not going to go too heavy into the setup, but did want to pause here for a moment because where you put your characters is actually very critical in this particular fight. At certain times during the battle, Typhon will use his Snort ability, which essentially takes one of your characters out of the fight. Now, he will start with whoever's in position number 3, then go to position 1, then 5, then 2, and then 4, assuming that there's still someone left at that point. Now, also with the setup that I'm using here, I have Laguna equipped with Thunder God's Might because since he's going to be the first to go, it's very important to try to get him to use that Icy Offering as much as possible. He's also going to be summoning our Magicite that's going to be breaking the damage cap, which, as I'll explain, is very important in this particular battle. Onion Knight, I do have a Soul Break equipped for him, but it doesn't matter because, as you can see, he's got Entrust, so when he's not using magic, he's basically going to be entrusting another character. In this case, this particular setup, it's Alara. So here we go with the battle. So first, Onion Knight is going to use Fabula Raider, so that'll boost our magic and give us haste. And Alara is going to be using her Magicka album, and then going to start with Rinoa and the chain. Then, as I said, with Laguna, he's going to be using Icy Offering, and that's pretty much all he's going to be able to get off in this fight. Now, there is a bit of, actually quite a bit of RGN in this particular setup that I'm using here. First, is with Alara, since she's going to be using Bard abilities as opposed to healing, we have to hope that, because I do have her Legend Materia, that does give her a chance to restore a small amount of HP to the party whenever she uses a Bard ability. So we have to really, hope that kicks in. Also with Laguna, we have to hope that his Machinist abilities double cast. And then not only that, I also have his Splash of Fun materia equipped, which has a small chance to increase or decrease the ice resistance of the target. And for Lady Iceheart down there, I also have a materia equipped for her that, again, has a chance to decrease the ice resistance of an opponent whenever you use an ice ability. So another thing that's very critical about this particular battle is you have to break the damage cap or inflict within a certain amount of time. I think it's by about the 15-second mark. You either have to have broken the damage cap to get amount of Wind Rage, or you have to have inflicted a certain amount of damage. Because as I found out the hard way, if you don't fulfill that condition, then he uses an ability that basically removes the entire party from play. Now, another thing that I hate about this battle, he uses only abilities that ignore your defense and resistance. So you can't use some of the same strategies you would use for others. You pretty much want to equip anything that's going to give you the highest possible magic bonus, because it doesn't really matter with the defense, so just got to go all out offense. Sorry about that. Also, don't always want to have Magicka ability trigger right away, even when it's full. And the reason is he does have the nasty abilities that can inflict sap on your party members. And since we are pretty much relying on that small chance for Alara's Bard abilities to restore hit points, well, we have to try to keep that. We have to be very careful with that Regen go. So again, in most of the time, what I'm going to do when Onion Knight has a soul break meter built up, he is going to be entrusting to Alara. Yeah, Savage Gale Cut is the one that you want to look out for. That's the one that he uses on the entire party, that not only inflicts a ton of damage, but also inflicts sap. So, going to be renewing the Ice Chain fairly soon in this particular setup that I'm using, because what I want to do is eventually build up for Riona's Arcane. Now, one of the things that I hate is they don't have an Overstrike that does magic ice damage. That would make this battle so much easier, because then you could spam it. And with Lady Iceheart, pretty much her Ultra, which is nice because it gives those follow-up attacks whenever you use, okay, don't know off the top of my head if it's Ice abilities or Witch abilities, but just helps inflict a little extra damage and helps build up the chain. Now, this particular battle I recorded a while ago. I just didn't get a chance to make the video for it. But what I'm going to be doing after I get this video up, I did manage to get a setup that I can use to consistently sub 30 him. And the reason I can do that now is because I'm recording this during the 5th anniversary event, and I got 3 awakenings that really helped with the battle. I got awakenings for Alara, which restores hit points when you use Bard abilities. And again, since in this particular battle, that's pretty much all she uses, extremely helpful. And I also got awakenings for Riona and Adia, so you'll be seeing those particular characters in the next video I make for this particular battle. So was hoping that at this point I'd be able to trigger the Arcane. Unfortunately, not quite to the point yet. So all I can say is hooray for power creep. I was having so much trouble beating this guy consistently, and now because of power creep, I can do it. Still not quite there for the Arcane. So there's Lady Iceheart. So there we go, using Riona's Arcane to finish him off. Now, I did almost get a sub 30 with this setup once, and the reason I did that is because I think for my Onion Knight's Last in Trust, I gave it to Riona instead of Alara. And I did manage to almost get a sub 30, but as you can see by this picture, I came out of that battle by the skin of my teeth. Nothing like cutting it close, am I right? So I'd like to thank you for watching, and hopefully this video has given you some ideas for how to tackle this particular boss. And like I said, if you're lucky and you happen to have awakenings for Alara, Adia, and Riona, it's actually a lot easier to consistently beat this boss and even sub 30 him. So thanks again for watching, and have a great day.